Hello, everybody, and welcome back to It's Reading Comics. This week's episode 189, and we get to talk about Superman Action Comics. As always, tell your friends, your family, anyone who wants to listen to two idiots talk about comics. You can check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and you can listen to us anywhere you get your podcasts. As always, let's get into it.
And welcome to the best damn book club on the internet. My name's Ron Talmadge. That's Davis Crocker. This is Two Idiots Reading Comics. And today, War World is rising, Davis. You gotta watch them War Worlders. I've already forgot his name. God damn it. Mongol, yes. The Mongols. But first, we'll go ahead and address what I teased.
Woohoo!
Last week, if you remember.
Let's go.
If you listened.
Let's go. So we're going to go ahead and get shit lists out early then on this one? You going to hit yours and then me run into my 20-minute Star Wars rants?
That is going to be a long one. But I just set up a whole thing about the rambling topic. And now we're already trying to yell at Star Wars. We personally just spent 30 minutes yelling at Marvel.
Continue. I'm sorry, but
shit list at the end. I also need to think of a shit list. I'm curious, how often does this happen to you? And is this in general just a whole... Is this just what happens when you're an adult with free time?
Okay.
How many times...
Which I will preface, my free time has gone down.
Exactly. This might be just a me thing
Go
right
ahead.
now.
Go ahead.
Do you ever just come across things and I call them 2-day hobbies?
Okay.
Where oh, that's cool. I could really get into this. And for 2 or 3 days, you're really you're watching just a million videos about it. You go deep down rabbit holes and you're just this close to buying stuff to start doing it. And then the next day you're just I could care less.
Lose
Yes.
100.
Yeah. You have that a lot?
Of course it has shrunk.
Yes.
Because the kid,
I would call that a 2-day hobby for me.
It's going to be the rest of my life hobby.
Well, glad I didn't pull the trigger.
But yes, I have caught myself in the past few months I keep getting on these World War II kicks.
Interesting.
Well, Netflix just redid. So Netflix has always had, or they got the World War II in color.
Hmm.
I started watching that. Well, then they condensed it into World War II Road to Victory. They condensed it again. Well, this past year, I guess this past year at this point, they condensed it down, or they did a different one of World War II from the front lines. So you were sitting, real footage from sitting in the cockpit.
Yeah.
And of course, the very first episode, they say, some of the video has been re-edited or cut in to make the point come across better.
Yeah.
So you can tell, oh, yeah, it's a dogfight over the South Sudan, whatever. And it's I clearly see green trees, below the pilots.
Yeah.
It's so there's some of it that's got to come out. So it's oh, well, I want to go see if I can't find real shit.
Yeah.
And you watch the planes blow up and shit. And it's my great granddad was a bomber. And so I get these, I've done it now 3 times. I get these real, 2-day urges of just, I sit there and watch that. And then I watch more. And then I'm oh, all right, what all happened? And then, the 3rd day, it's okay, I'm cool. I'm done.
Not quite what I was talking about. No, but...
So there's going to be a World War II, they're bringing in a bomber, the transportation plane and some other shit. It's coming to Huntsville in May. You can fly in the actual bombers as a co-pilot.
No, thank you.
As a co-pilot or as an actual gunner, as a turret gunner, starting at $900. So that's not happening.
An 80-year-old plane? No, thank you.
Yeah, but it's been refurbished. It's it's new.
No.
But so that's probably the closest I've recently come to having
a hobby,
a new a new hobby.
So I'll tell you about the last 2. Woodworking.
Now,
I think that's not a 2-day hobby because I still want to do that. I just recognize I can't afford to do that right now.
I put together my grill deck, my grill stand.
Yeah.
Have you even seen that yet?
No, I don't. It all looks the same out there.
Then you haven't gone out there. It's not the same. My egg, so I got a green egg.
Yeah.
And me and one of my old coworkers, we built the stand to hold the egg in it, and we cut the legs down, made the table, jointed the table together, the top together.
Yeah.
Sanded it, slackered it, cut the hole.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's a 1-day itch.
It's a 1-day itch. Why?
Like, I guess it's a 1-day like in the future like.
Oh yeah.
Like,
no.
Yeah.
No, that's. Yeah, no, that's
because he had everything. He had the joint cutter, so you just take it, cut the joint, cut the hole to make 2 pieces of wood Mary, put the biscuits in, glue it in, smack it all together. It's like, damn, if you have all this shit, this is like.
Yeah, no, that's a future hobby.
Yeah.
Because I want to make nerdy furniture.
Dude, the comic book cabinet.
Yeah.
When I showed my wife that, Jesus, what, years ago when we found that, she was even like,
I need you to know that right now.
That she's like, we can do that.
Yeah.
Like if you built that or bought that, I would, there'd be no complaints.
Yeah.
Though buying it costs way too fucking much.
Yeah. But then the 2 most recent ones, I got into videos about rebinding books.
Okay.
So like taking softcover books, binding them into hardcover books, and I wanted to take all my One Piece books and make them not hardcover, but like kind of like the leather, like the soft leather people do with Bibles.
A more industrial, not industrial, but more
make them look like they were books that washed up on the beach.
Yeah.
And then it's One Piece inside.
Yeah.
And then like others just taking like classical books and putting them on really nice hardcovers with leather and stuff like that. And then like making your own books and shit like that. Yeah. That seemed cool.
I saw somebody did this with Harry Potter. They ripped apart a Harry Potter book and made
Is that Nerd Forge girl?
Yes.
Yeah. That's a fun channel.
She took the second book, which is the Chamber of Secrets, and made like the diary. The cover looked like the diary with the basilisk tooth through it.
Yeah.
And you open it, it's the actual book.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty cool shit.
But yeah, and then the one I've gotten to this past week.
But that also seems like so tedious to learn.
It is
to do correctly.
Yes.
Like once you figured it out, I'm sure it's pretty smooth.
Yeah.
But to get to that point, it has to be just.
Oh yeah. But the one I got to this week is I wanted I've started watching like big renovation projects on YouTube, and especially
house
the bigger the better. Like there's a dude in Chicago who makes furniture, but then he bought a abandoned building in Chicago and turned it into his home / YouTube studio where he makes furniture and stuff.
Okay.
And so I've watched him like renovate that. There was a guy who his original channel is called Demolition Ranch. He does like a bunch of gun videos. But I
think I've heard that name.
Was afraid that YouTube would eventually take his gun channels away. And so he has one called Off the Ranch where he just does all of his fun shit. And he bought an abandoned mansion and him and his family renovated all of that. And then to get to the point, there's this guy who called 1000 and he's like a spray paint and does like art on YouTube.
Yeah.
But he got big with like spray paint and street art. He bought just a big ass empty warehouse and they were renovating it to turn into like his YouTube / art studio. And now I just really want to get good at art.
And art.
Well, I mean, to get up there, the way his process is he draws it out on like his iPad Pro.
Yeah.
And then gets a projector and projects it onto the wall to to do his outlines and stuff. And then he goes and does the spray paint. And then he does like a bunch of other art.
Okay.
But his YouTube channel blew up with the spray paint, but now he does a bunch of other stuff. Like he paints and stuff.
Interesting.
And then I started thinking about, I've told the story on here about how mean the art kids were to me in art class in college.
That's
And now I kind of just want to learn to be good at art in spite of them.
so to me,
Like I want to learn to draw and then spray paint and just do a bunch
art.
of cool stuff.
I write like chicken scratch.
Yeah.
I don't have a steady hand to do that shit.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed the class we took.
Yeah.
Because it was fun. It was fun. It was
It
different.
wasn't just straight up drawing for the most part.
No. We did
They taught us what cross hatching and shit like that was. That was about it.
cross hatching.
Yeah, it's where you instead of shading with just like coloring in a coloring book,
Uh-huh.
you do cross hatching, which is like you just draw lines and that counts as your shading.
Oh yeah.
And then you can do like X's and shit like that.
Yeah. I liked more of the
Paint,
no.
Oh.
What where we started editing pictures and all that shit.
Photoshop.
Yeah.
I can't stand Photoshop.
I got into that then.
Yeah.
Many moons ago.
Yeah.
But man, dude, art to me, like being able to draw and shit,
Yeah.
it's been the coolest thing
Oh, yeah.
because there's like a 5% chance I could ever even start working my way up to feeling good about doing art.
Well, apparently, because I watched a bunch of YouTube videos on it this time, and everybody's like, "No, you can learn to draw. It's not just one of those things where you can or can't do it."
Yeah.
If you suck, your process is going to take a lot longer, and then you're just going to have to do it like a million times before you can start just doing like what other people do.
I was doing with practicing when I stopped getting hit in the head at football.
Yeah, I know. But apparently, you just take whatever you're drawing and just turn it into like, they said the 3 building blocks of drawing is a circle, a cube, and a cylinder.
Okay.
You just turn it, like everything into those 3 shapes.
Yeah.
And then you connect the lines around it. And then then you have to go back and like erase and stuff like that.
Of course. Yeah.
But like if you're drawing a person, circle, cube, rectangle.
Yeah.
Cylinder, cube, cylinder, cube. And then there's your outline. It gives you the shape to draw your outline around. Instead of just trying to freehand that's kind of, and then you have a leg that's way shorter than the other and stuff like that.
So there's a thing down at Animal Kingdom. It's on Rafiki's. It's on one of the things in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
You go, and they have artists in there that show you how to draw like the hyenas from Lion King.
Mm-hmm.
Dumbo, the rabbit, and all that stuff, and they start with a circle with the crosshairs.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to draw faces and shit like that.
And like everybody that's ever gone that we've like seen videos on, it's always like they walk out with, I mean, good artwork, and it's like I wonder, but they never show like the person like teaching because it's a whole
they want you to take the class,
like go do the class. I mean, it's free, but. I'm not going to take. But there are things always like, oh, we're not going to take away from the artist teaching us. Like, here's where we start. Here's a few times we do it, and then here's the aftermath.
Yeah.
But when they're done, it's like you can tell, like someone who understands what they're doing, sitting there going step by step of here, arc your hand out, or don't
start with these shapes.
Yeah,
then connect
like
the
you're
lines.
saying, start with this triangle. Like draw a triangle, draw a loose triangle first. Then we're going to draw a rectangle, then a cube. It's like the art class we took was not teaching you how to do art.
It's like, here's the basics of a lot of different kinds of art.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Which granted, he definitely did grade us on.
Did you improve?
Athletes. Because, no, we did not get the good grades. We just got, he was not grading our
B's.
work compared to the actual art kids' work.
Did you put in effort?
It's like, did you try?
Yeah.
Cool, you get a B.
Still, I can't believe, like,
I don't think any of us, not a single one of us got an A.
There is nowhere in a teaching course at all that says, hey, we're going to put everybody's work up and we're gonna pick everyone's
Dude,
favorite.
I hated
You
that
can do that.
I hated that.
We're
so
also gonna
fucking
pick
much.
everybody's
least
favorite. And I
And
swear to God,
I wonder which ones are gonna be the artist's least favorite.
Yeah. But that also puts you in a social situation where, like, so someone's already said that one's bad.
Yeah.
So I'll just say that one because
We'll just
like,
keep going.
I'm not hurting anyone else's feelings.
We'll double down.
And that creates a school shooter.
Then you should have been the school shooter.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to blow
You
up.
should have been the school shooter.
I want to blow up that art class so many times.
Dude, what's bad is they would like my work was no better than yours.
No.
Or the quarterback.
No.
Was there there was four
Or the
of
D
us.
lineman. It was me, you, Chauncey,
Oh God, Chauncey
quarterback.
was in there.
and Jamar.
Oh yeah, Jamar.
Yeah.
Who's the quarterback? I can see his face, but I
I
can
want
never
to
remember.
say his name was Taylor.
He left.
Yeah, he left after freshman year.
Yeah. No, we didn't take that class freshman year.
Yeah, we did. No, sophomore year.
No, yes.
He left after sophomore
Because
year.
we were friends when we took that class.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was definitely
Okay.
our freshman or early
Yeah.
sophomore. But it was just like, anytime it got put up there, like your work was no worse than the rest
No.
of ours. But it was like one of the hottie toddy
But I swear
artists
to God,
would pick, and they
every
wouldn't,
fucking time.
and it was blind. They didn't know who was up there, but it was just,
I mean, we walked in with our stuff and put it up.
well, yeah. I mean, but most of the time we would get there early enough. Like
Yeah.
there was 4 in front of us, and there was 20 in the class. It was like, but it was like they would pick yours.
They'd
Somebody
sign.
would pick yours, and then
Well, I
for
mean,
the
you had to
next-
sign your name.
Yeah, but you couldn't see it from where we were sitting in the
But I
class.
swear to God, if we did 20 projects in that class,
you got 11 to 12 of them.
I got
called out.
like 15 to 18
Was it that many?
of just like everybody but like 2 people would say mine was the worst.
Yeah, because then you couldn't. What was worse was like the 5 football players couldn't
Yeah.
then pick out an art like.
No.
They couldn't take a shot at anyone else. It's like, oh well, the artists say that one's bad, then we'll go for that one.
Yeah.
We'll hop on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
I think mine got hit 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, you got twice. Because I remember the first time someone said yours first, and I was just like,
Thank God.
I don't have to murder people today.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Dude,
I would.
that class, dude.
I would
doing
love
that
to get
was-
good at
doing
art.
That was always like I understand what he was doing. To a point.
Give a
of
reason
Like,
of why you would like this or not like it.
yeah,
But it is also a
then he
social
would-
situation where we don't want to hurt each other's feelings.
yeah. But then
And
the
that person's
teacher
feelings
would
are
also
already
like
hurt.
double down on the, okay, what did you not like about it?
Yeah.
And then it'd be like this, and then he'd be like, all right, what would you do to correct it, or what would you tell this person to do better? And it was like,
There's never anything.
it was like, wait a minute, hold on, what? We now got to do this. Every person has to tell
Yeah.
us how to be better.
And it's easy to be petty when it's just one person. You're like, well, I don't really like yours.
I don't like yours either, motherfucker.
This is how I interpret it in the
15 people later. All right, fuck it.
I mean, it was like halfway through the class, and it was another day of someone being like, or another day of mine being the one that everybody shit on. And they got to me, and he was like, "Which one do you not like or the most?" And I was like,
You picked-
"Fucking mine."
you
Apparently,
picked-
I was like, "Mine
yours.
sucks ass." What the fuck was I thinking?
I remember that you picked yours, and
And he was like, "No, seriously." I was like, "No, seriously."
apparently it's mine.
My art is the worst.
It's like, what do you want me to do? I've been picked by 15 other students in this class.
I think next week was one of the times they picked yours.
I've been picked by 15 people in this class. What the fuck? Which one am I supposed to pick?
I was like, I'm a bad day from either never turning in an art assignment here. I mean, I'm a bad day away from killing you, the teacher, for making us do this, or everyone in this room.
Now, I will say I like the Photoshop.
Yeah.
Yet when we turned in our like that big Photoshop one
Yeah.
we did, yeah, mine got picked as worst.
Yeah.
Because I just put a big BSC B
Hmm.
on a football field and threw a football in the side, and then painted it. They were like, "Yeah, there's nothing here."
I remember I put, because it had to be like a childhood that,
It was like a childhood
Memory
memory
or
and your
something.
current memory.
but I
and-
found like this cool, like 90s t-shirt from where my mom took me to the Birmingham Zoo.
Oh yeah,
And it had all those weird looking lizards.
Yes.
And so I photoshopped the lizards and just made like a border.
yeah.
And someone was like, I don't like the lizards. And I was like, well, you just don't
Well,
have
then you don't like it.
you don't have style, dude.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck
It's
up.
like, fuck you.
Yeah, I would look. And then I thought about that, and then I thought of the scene from The Other Guys where Mark Wahlberg And like just the recurring joke that he would learn stupid stuff to make fun of other people.
Yes.
And then Will Ferrell's like, "You know ballet?" He's like, "Yeah, we did it to make fun of the gay kid down the street." But he didn't say gay kid. He's like, "Yeah, we." He's like, we had him. We were making fun of him. We said we said his pirouettes sucked, or something like that. I was like, I would love to learn how to get good at art, just purely out of spite.
Just out of spite.
Yeah.
Though there was one guy in that class. I forget his name.
Oh, he was cool, dude.
He was an art, or he wanted to be an architect. He's got
an artist.
Stuff up in Birmingham, and
yeah. Got sculptures and
he was the only like actual artist in the like art major.
Yeah.
That sat with the football guys.
Oh yeah, he was like, yeah, I'll come see we all.
And he would talk. He would help. He never
didn't treat us like we're dumb.
I think he did pick ours somebody on our table a couple of times because it was like, guys, like it's the worst. It's like, yeah, we get it. It's
but
just,
like we
don't have to have 20 guys. We don't have to have 20 students say it's the worst.
He would always be like, I think you misunderstood the.
He would at least try.
Assignment here. Yeah. This is what it probably should have been. I'm like,
did you ever also realize there's always been the lacrosse football trope.
Yeah.
That the football players sat
there was
on one
only
side.
One lacrosse player in there.
Was it in soccer? Some other athletic team sat on the complete opposite.
There was
side
a couple soccer players.
Yeah, but it was like football.
It was mostly
like football, artists, and then like
I swear
some
to God,
other athletics. On
it was
other
mostly
side of the
like the art chicks that were majoring in art.
They were so mean,
and they were always the first ones to answer. And they were like,
they were the first ones to answer, and the first one's fucking there.
I was like, that one fucking sucks, and I'm like,
cool.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna say I put my heart and soul into it.
Are you taking something out on us that?
I was like, I'm not gonna say I put my
philosophy class
heart and soul into this, but I put more hours than I would have liked to in this.
Look, I put enough work into this so I don't fail the class.
Yeah.
And the teacher knows I'm trying.
Yeah.
So that I can get my fucking credit.
Especially the ones that were like supposed to be personal about us, and I'm just like,
oh no, we don't open those doors.
I'm like, well,
we don't open those doors.
You can suck my ass because no one makes money with an art degree.
Yeah, we do not open those fucking doors.
Yeah. Yes, I would like to.
That's all right. That's.
But like, I just go like these weird 2-day hobbies because now I'm just like, I almost went and bought a sketchbook, and you can find a video like the instructional video that partnered with the book of how to draw comics the Marvel way.
Yeah.
And like Stan Lee, the host, it's free on YouTube.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I've had like a recent. The woodworking. Like I've always.
But if I ever get land with a building, that will probably be one of the buildings.
Yeah. See, I guess growing the way, like my country life was like, I've done plumbing. I've built walls for drywall. I've hung drywall. I've put in flooring. I have put in foundations. I now currently go and work on plumbing and building and shit. It's like.
So you did environmental stuff.
On one of our sites we have to do oversight and maintenance.
Don't know what that means.
We have continuously pumping wells.
Uh-huh.
Those wells fail.
Uh-huh.
The pumps fail or the piping busts, and I then become a plumber / electrician.
Gotcha.
And I wouldn't really classify those as hobbies, but I guess I tinker with so much stuff. It's like a hobby really hasn't formed.
Yeah.
That's the best way to put it. It's like a hobby really hasn't formed.
You just don't have enough free time to go into YouTube rabbit holes.
Now, I will say, before my kid, the Star Wars Armada, I think it's Star Wars Armada, like the game where you buy the little figurines and you can paint them. And,
those are expensive,
yeah. I did go down a rabbit hole. That one lasted a lot longer.
By the way, Star Wars trading card game coming out soon.
Yeah, which I need to look up some more videos. It seems interesting enough. I might.
Yeah.
Does that Disney trading card ever come down?
Yeah, they
or did it flop? Or once it came out, it kind of flopped.
No, I mean it's still still hard to find stock because they keep selling out. But they did a weird move of like, hey, we're not gonna have organized play for the first year.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like, well,
how do you make your
how are you gonna keep people who come back to play the game if they're not gonna do organized play? Like
it's like, so we're gonna have this big sell off to start the series.
I'm like, so we're gonna only cater to collectors the first year. Yeah, that's basically what you just said.
Pretty much, yeah. We're gonna have a big sell off, and then a year later, we're
if
gonna
you just happen to like playing the game, then sure.
Then we're gonna announce, hey, we're gonna
now we have tournaments.
Yeah, it's like then there'll be another jump on point.
Yeah,
and all the collectors are gonna have all the shit. Yeah, they're then just gonna sell them off.
Yeah. But I think the store I go to in Birmingham is finally like, I guess they consistently have enough people now where they're like, yeah, we'll run a tournament.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I mean, it's like 8 people tournaments. So.
Yeah. Well, I was all right. So I wanted to get into a D&D, but I don't. Was that considered a hobby, or?
Yeah, I'd say that's a hobby.
I wanted to get in D&D, and I wanted to get you. And at the time when I wanted to do it years ago, I wanted to get us and our old college buddies.
Yeah, that's not.
But
I can tell you that right now.
It was it was again a 2-day thing. It's like first day, it's like, all right, cool. I've got an idea. We can do this. We can try this, and then the next day I was like,
I don't know if it's as fun over like Zoom and stuff like that though.
To me, it wouldn't be. But so then the next day I'm like, well, he won't show up every week. I'll go here. I can't show up every week because I could end up in fucking California tomorrow.
Like the thing I do is like every 2 weeks, and we don't honestly do that much role playing, like acting like the character.
Yeah,
it's just kind of like, all right, I do this move, and we just work our way through the story.
Yeah,
and so I was like, I feel like the fun in this is supposed to be the role playing and getting to act like other people,
right?
And we just don't do that part that much.
Yeah, it's like I always thought like the jock in me comes
YouTubers
out.
make it like seem like a lot more fun.
The jock in me comes out sometimes. It's like you have gotten way too invested in this fucking character.
Yeah.
You tone it down. Like you're just you're not crying because your mother died in the book. Like come on, bring it back to reality. And then the comic book / fantasy wannabe in me is like, ooh, that'd be fun to sit there in a room and like everybody's so fucking invested. It's like your character died.
It's only
and just
fun.
everybody in the room's just fucking lost it.
Yeah, no, it's only as fun as the least willing person to buy in makes it.
It's like the weakest link will break first.
Yeah,
it's
like you all have to agree to like at least make it.
Yeah, if there's six
you have to
people,
buy in.
If there's 6 people in it and 5 people are just fucking die hard, and you've got the one going, yeah, my mom died last week. In the game, it's like, oh, my mom died last week, and they have zero empathy to it. It's like, but how do you feel? It's like, oh, well, my mom died. It's part of the game. It's like, but are you like? And then the other 5 are like crying because like they feel like, oh, well, they knew her. It's like that was their mom. It's like, well, there went the game.
I've never seen people cry in D&D, but
no, but it's not crying, but like
it's how nerdy are you willing to be?
Yeah, and but again, like we go back to our jock trope of like, if I ever got in that situation, I'd be the one kind of sitting in the side going, yes, I'm with you guys, the ones that want to be more more invested, but I'm also with the other guy of going, okay, yeah, this is just another fucking like, I'm having fun. This is just another game. But, oh yeah, and back to the Armada, shit got weighed. Like,
no. There used to be people that showed up with all that shit, and it's just like, that's way too much going on.
There's a fucking Darth Vader's Inquisitor, or not Inquisitor, but his big fucking flagship.
Yeah.
$203.
Nope.
Yeah, for one ship
to play a game.
To play the game, one ship to play the game.
Nothing.
So like right there, it's like, oh well, okay, so it's pay to play.
Yeah,
it's what you're telling me. It's pay to fucking play.
Yeah,
but
most
games are now just pay to play.
But yeah, we should probably.
I guess we've been ranting for a little while.
So hobbies. But we should probably talk about Some Superman.
Woohoo! So this is Action Comics Superman. They call it Volume 1, War World Rising.
Yes.
We have a writer, Philip Kennedy Johnson, artists Daniel Sampier and Christian Duce. It's D-U-C-E. I'd go as probably Doce, whatever.
D-U-C-E.
D-U-C-E.
Deuce.
All right, sure. Colorist Adriano Lucas. Letterer Dave Sharp. Collection cover artist Mike Janin, Daniel Samper, and Alejandro Sanchez.
Yeah.
So I did a little bit of looking. This is of course Action Comics, but it has the moniker 2016 attached to it.
Yes.
This is apparently the third volume 1 in the 2016's Superman run.
Action Comics run or
Superman Action Comics run.
I don't know how that works, but sure.
I don't either, but when you click on the comic, it goes, you can go to Action Comics 2016. It's got 2016 dash.
Yeah.
It has 16 books in the series.
Yeah.
The volume 1 is DC Universe Rebirth, so it's a rebirth.
Oh, okay.
1, 2. So all 5 of those volumes are rebirth.
Yeah.
Then there's another in Superman Action Comic Volume 1, Invincible Mafia. I can't tell what. It's not really an event. There are 5 volumes in that, and then this volume starts.
Yeah.
It goes on for 3. Well, there's the number 1000 deluxe edition.
So you're telling me DC didn't know what they were doing for a minute?
Pretty much, because it looks like this run that we're reading is only 3 volumes. Superman Action Comics Volume 2, The Arena, and Superman Action Comics Volume 3, War World Revolution.
Okay.
And then, of course, you get the Action Comics number 1000 Deluxe Edition, Action Comics Superman, The Oz Effect Deluxe Edition. And the covers of both of those are like your 80s and like 90s cover. Then Action Comics 80 Years of Superman Deluxe Edition. And then that's it.
Okay.
So, yeah, it seems like Action Comics there for a little bit.
No one knew what was going on.
They hung the title Action Comics across it and said, here.
Tell your 3-arc story.
Yeah. So in saying that, it only being 3, I could finish this at some point.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, we'll probably do...
we got a little while. We got some time, but...
I mean, unless you just got something off the top of your head you want to read, I'm down to do The Arena next.
So you're saying doing a continuous over starting Ultimate?
No, I'm saying, hey, in March, our first 2 are going to be finishing off the World War Saga.
Be an interesting way to do it.
Yeah.
We've never done it that way, which, if anybody cares, pipe up.
Yeah. So.
Okay, sure. I don't hate that.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea. Sure. Okay.
You're so loopy right now.
I am, dude.
We can definitely squeeze out another episode after this. I don't think we can.
Oh, after this one?
Yeah.
We'll see what happens here.
You're very loopy right now. You're not making a whole lot of sense.
I'm not even drunk.
I know. You're just tired, which is its whole different type of drunk.
Yes. I'd rather be drunk than tired drunk.
Both aren't great when podcasting.
Oh, no, neither are great when podcasting.
But
I'd rather be high. That'd be the best.
I've heard that is also not great.
We could find out.
I've listened to Pardon. My Take has done a couple high episodes, and they weren't great.
Has?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
They called it Pardon My Toke. They did like they did it on special occasions where like the last 30 minutes of the episode were them high together, Jesus. And it just no one holds the show together.
Oh no, it's just random ranting.
Yeah.
Which usually ends up creating ideas for later episodes. some editor goes back and
Yeah, but I don't think you realize how dumb they are.
they're pretty dumb. I
Yeah.
mean, I think Two
Um,
Bears got fucked up a few times.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Well, hell, there for a while, Bert was
Mm.
drunk.
Yeah.
Every fucking episode.
Yeah, he was.
And I mean drunk.
But yeah, Superman. Davis.
You kicked me off down that line.
I did not. You just went in this random tangent about the run of Action Comics. I was like, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but sure. I was just like, I should probably cut Davis off at some point. Warworld saga, according to Uncanny Armor over at Intermittent Condition, said many people can consider this the best Superman story of modern age. So I was like, fuck it, let's give it a try.
Yeah.
And so far, I would say I'm not disappointed.
No. For not having, we've only read a handful of Supermans.
I think this is number 2.
So Superman Red Sun's the only other
Yeah.
one.
That I can think of.
Yeah, Superman Red Sun.
It's hard to write a perfect character. So.
Yeah. Well, especially when a character you can't beat.
Yeah.
So, yes, this to me was, this was good.
Yeah.
Especially having Superman, a character you can't, it shouldn't be able to be defeated. Having internal struggles.
Yeah.
In this was nice.
1, his powers are seemingly decreasing. 2, he's trying to stop World War III.
Yeah.
3,
Well, World War III between Atlanteans and
the U.S.
U.S. government.
3, you got this dude over on Warworld that possibly has Kryptonians enslaved and is taunting the shit out of you.
Yeah. So, again, we are in Volume 1.
Yes.
They did a really good job of setting up, 3 good storylines to chase.
I don't think we chase. Well, I don't know, because obviously the whatever thing that powered that ship is going to be a part of something.
It's going to be something.
But
my
to me, that was like, well, once Superman leaves Earth, we can kind of just ignore that one.
He'll probably take it with him, won't he?
I don't know. Guess we'll find out.
Well, my 3 were more of the Kryptonians of Warworld, Superman's radiation poisoning / power weakening,
something like that,
and then the whole. Well, no, that got wrecked. That storyline, the Superman taking that fixed World War. Well,
now they're like,
oh
no, we're gonna need that back.
Yeah,
and he's just like, nah.
They kicked him out of the Justice League so fast.
Yeah.
It's like, I thought the whole...
Because you're not supposed to interfere in government issues. You're just supposed to... You're just there to save people.
Yeah, but my thing is if it wasn't for Superman, that ship wouldn't have crashed. So, in essence, it really was Superman's problem.
I don't know.
You could look at it that way, but yes.
That's not how people are looking at it.
That's not how people were looking at it. Because it was a fucking superpower.
It landed in the Atlantic Ocean.
It was definitely a superpower weapon.
Yeah.
I don't know. It did good to me.
Because the way Ares was talking about it, it's just an excuse to not bring the Justice League to the War World. Although, apparently he's bringing somebody.
He's bringing someone. Who were those folks he was bringing?
His version of...
Suicide Squad, I guess?
No, it's the... They just announced the movie that James Gunn's doing. It's basically another version of the Suicide Squad. It's the...
I can't get...
I forgot what they were. God dang it.
I think they give the freaking name, but the Kindle on here.
I mean, you could literally Google, like, announced at DC movies. Because it's one of them.
You said, is it James Gunn's?
Yeah, I think so. It's going to make me mad when you say it.
Yada-do. Superman Legacy. The Authority.
The Authority. That's what it is.
That's what they're called?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
From my understanding, they're kind of a Suicide Squad.
James Gunn's gonna do The Brave and the Bold.
Oh, interesting.
Oh. Damn, that's a 67 to 83 run of Batman.
Yeah.
Wow. We may not read those.
No. Okay.
All right.
Stop going down that rabbit hole now. We got to focus up, David.
I came back to the
Davis,
comic.
we have to focus up. Tighten up.
Well, lead the ship.
But yeah. God damn it. So yeah, he's going. The Authority are going with him to the War World instead of the Justice League. But just from the slight video, because this has been released into a softcover compendium, which Omar reviewed on Air Condition, which is where I saw this to suggest reading it, and he made it sound like that was just the excuse they gave to not send the Justice League with them.
Oh, okay.
Because who the fuck in their right mind would go by themselves to War World?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then if he took the Justice League, then they would just beat their ass. And
probably.
So
you've got a weakening Superman going to a world where they pride themselves in
nothing
ability
but
to fight.
Yeah. Right. And his own son, who apparently has gone to the future, knows that
at some
history
point he
books, he doesn't. Yeah, he
doesn't come back.
He's gone
to something. Yeah.
But at the same time, I could also see him coming back and no longer being Superman.
Yeah.
Just being Lois Lane's
husband. Clark Kent.
Yeah. Could you imagine having sex in the sky?
No, I could not, Davis.
Yeah, I couldn't either.
When I understand. I remember that panel too. But if you see the cover of the compendium though, it's got Superman looking like fucking Conan the Barbarian. It looks cool as fuck.
Ooh.
Yeah. But I imagine we get that later. Also just the psychological damage of like the more respect you get by the more change you get, because that's the more fights you've won. But then also getting more chain allows you to move more freely, which also then helps you in a fight.
Yeah, there was a little bit of
Stockholm syndrome.
It's definitely Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
Counterintuitiveness. Damn, that cover is nice.
Yeah.
Counterintuitiveness to that idea, because at the same time you are being then shackled more to your captor.
Yeah.
And by losing more, you then are just going to end up dying.
Yeah.
Because your captor's not going to let
they're
you
gonna
go
fight
free.
You to death.
Yeah, they're going to pretty much have you die.
Yeah.
In some shape, form, or fashion. They're going to make you go up against the strongest, lose all your chains, and you will die.
Yeah. Unless you're the strongest.
Well, then you start getting chains back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You better get it fighting real quick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a kind of a, like you said, it's a Stockholm syndrome that turns into the more chains is actually just more slavery. Just more
for sure.
Abiding.
I imagine they get treated better too.
Well, I'm sure it's probably like gladiators.
Yeah.
It's like yes, you're still a slave / shit.
You're a celebrity. But...
Yeah, but we'll give you the better food.
Yeah.
We give the better slop.
Mm.
We won't give you the shit congealed off the top.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a very interesting setup.
You said
you're out of it, dude.
No, I gave you lead the ship. I'm scrolling,
leaving rooms for you to comment, Dave.
Yeah, but my comments have apparently led us down the wrong holes.
God damn it. All
right, the box that the War World minions rip out of the dude's chest.
Yeah, that's some weird alien tech.
Is that like the mother box thing?
Apparently it's just a walkie-talkie.
But then also physically allowed Superman to throw it in Mongol's face?
Well, it didn't actually. That was a hologram.
Mongol puts his hand up like it hurt, like he was...
You can't punk people out with a hologram?
Maybe what? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm more curious. Who's the dude that
Yeah.
brought the 3 dudes' heads
Brought Mongol's
and then was
heads.
like, "My second gift is I'll bring Superman here."
Yeah. Is it Lex?
I have no idea. I haven't read this fucking story.
No, I know, but would Lex have enough? Could he have enough ass to do that?
I feel like he would want to do it himself.
See, Lex Luthor to me has always been, yes, he's a villain, but yet at the same time, he never seemed like somebody that would go.
He doesn't want to doom Earth.
Yeah, like he wouldn't go so far as to like murder a warlord's kids that could then just destroy
and
Earth.
His ego makes him want to do it first to prove man is better than him.
Yeah. At the same time, we could just get some rando.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
I'm expecting a rando.
Yeah.
Zod.
Maybe, I don't know.
Could be Zod. Do you think the girls
I don't know the current state of most people.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
DC
Right.
universe.
Like who is around.
Yeah.
Because Wonder Woman's not even on the Justice League anymore.
I think that one of those ideas was...
the girl that looks like an Amazonian,
yeah.
I think is... you remember in Teen Titans, the Teen Titans we did where they were like older?
Yeah.
I think that's her.
Okay. There was also what appeared to be a Yellow Lantern on
Yeah.
the team.
Which doesn't make sense.
And then Hawkwoman was there.
Hawkwoman, Shazam, Green Arrow,
Yeah.
Batman.
I think that was Black Adam.
And well, Black Adam was the one that was talking to, like at the beginning, with Superman and the ones that show up. The ones that show up to talk to Superman are the girl that looks like a Yellow Lantern, Canary, Hawk Girl, the Wonder Woman, the Amazonian, Shazam, Green Arrow, and Batman.
Yeah.
The fact Green Arrow, it's always hilarious that Green Arrow and Batman are on the JLA for no superpowers, and yet the rest of them could snap them like a twig.
It is what it is.
I know, it's funny. Anything else?
No, it's it's mostly set up. It's a very good setup though.
This is possibly one of my like better like volume 1s to a story arc.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, yeah, you didn't just give us a filler start. It's like,
it wasn't
here. Like, get invested.
You beating me over the head with what the philosophical reasoning of this book will be.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, here's some cool shit that's about to happen.
Because, like, is the girl really a Kryptonian? Because she wouldn't even say.
Yeah, ancient Kryptonian weirdness. And she got superpowers when she got to Earth.
Wasn't Superman superpowers. Hers was
it was
blue.
some type of heat vision.
Yeah.
Well, what is the hottest color flame, Davis?
Yeah, it's blue.
Yeah.
So
I think it's actually white, but it gets blue before it gets white.
Sure.
Yeah.
So then is she
That's
more powerful
science.
than Superman?
Well, his powers are going down.
I don't know. It's fun. Finishing this would be fun.
Okay. Now, do you want to do can you keep your Star Wars rant focused?
No. Wait, this one's going long, isn't it?
I'm giving you 7 minutes.
Yikes.
Starting now.
All right, so Disney's already fucked up with the idea of their newest trilogy. Well, not the idea, the culmination of their newest trilogy, pretty much saying fuck you to Luke Skywalker,
the
Han
sequel series.
Yeah,
okay.
The 7, 8, 9, saying fuck you to Han and Luke, and making Rey a grandchild clone of Palpatine / then, oh no, I'm a Skywalker, bury the blades in the sand. I'm the new face of the Jedi Order. And I think I've come to terms with the idea of that, because at this point it just is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But to then have... So they announced that there was going to be a Rey movie, that she was going to lead the new Jedi Order after Episode 9 years ago.
Yep.
No director at all had been put to it. Well, now, in the face of the post-COVID life of wokeism, the collective has realized that straight up, full-on wokeism isn't working. We still need to be inclusive and like people and don't hate people and all that normal shit, but we also don't need to cow down, again, to one group, because that's called racism. Yet, this director they picked has no formal video or no formal director schooling, and touts herself as a just straight up feminist.
I might cut your time. You're starting to sound like a
no, I get
Andrew Tate video.
No, I don't mean to sound like an Andrew Tate video. It's just Disney
hired a lady
Disney
that treats her movies as her activism.
Yes.
After Disney had already said, "Hey,
yes,
we need to refocus our movies."
Yes, we have. They themselves have even said we've gone too far down a path.
If you say woke one more time, I'm punching you in the face.
I said a path.
Yeah, I know. I'm just letting you know.
That they even agreed, like, hey, like this has gone too far.
Yeah.
We need to fix it. And then this woman comes out and goes, "Oh no, that is my life.
Yeah.
Everything I do is for that agenda." And
she pulled whatever that Snow White lady's name was.
Oh, Jesus, man. And so since the aftermath of that and the aftermath of Snow White is, yeah, you know what? We're just gonna indefinitely suspend these movies.
Yeah.
And it's
what is
like,
the Michael Jordan quote? Republicans buy sneakers too.
Yes.
Turns out they watch movies too.
Yeah. It's just like the same bullshit of always. You talk out one ass, you talk out one side of your mouth to talk out the other. It's not that way, but
Jesus Christ, Dave.
You know what I mean. It's 12 o'clock in the fucking morning.
I mean, we've done later.
We have done later, but
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on today. I
am.
I'm not drunk. I'm a weird sleep deprived hole that I'm not a fan of.
If there was ever a sign to not have kids, people.
I don't agree or disagree with that comment. I love my child dearly.
You made it 4 minutes.
Damn, I didn't even go the full 7.
My shit list is. I had to cut you off. You were starting to.
You started this.
You were starting to sound like that side of the comic book YouTube that is just very annoying, and it's not you. It's just the fact that.
Well, how
people
I guess,
overuse the term woke, and it's just like
I get that, but how
woke
else do
was
you...
originally. It's leftist propaganda. That's all.
All right, there you go.
That's all you have to say.
Because how else do you go about it that doesn't sound like a right?
They sound
standing up against the wall, screaming at the other wall.
Exactly, and that's just so fucking annoying. And people, woke originally was used as, stay aware of what the government is doing to fuck all of us. And
now it's just.
And now people use it as like, the left are being dumb. Yeah. And it's just like, everyone of
now it's been.
I'm so tired.
It's been weaponized now.
Yeah, I'm so tired of everyone saying that fucking word. I'm like, you're all fucking idiots. But that's just life as a libertarian. But yes, my shit list is me. We watched a very entertaining movie today, and you didn't have a personal recommendation. I should have told you, hey, your personal recommendation should be the movie Self-Reliance. It is on Hulu.
That's fucking good
it is very funny and interesting. Jake Johnson, the guy from New Girl. It's just go watch the trailer. It's very fun. It's on Hulu. Go watch it. We've already gone way too long, and Davis can barely form a coherent sentence right now. So we will see y'all next week for
6 sheets to the fucking
he's still talking for some reason. We will see you next week for the conclusion of Lock and Key.
Woohoo!
We will also have our quiz, and hopefully Davis will be rested. So
no promises on that one.
Sorry for the Rusty 3 episodes. We'll try to be better in the morning.
Very rusty.
But we will see y'all next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.